Perspective sharing. First of all, I hope you are good. I hope you're not in a bad place, feeling bad, feeling stressed, feeling rushed, feeling depressed, all of those things. If so, you're not alone. I feel it too. I can sense that there's a lot of heaviness and intensity, maybe through the transit, maybe because the world is going through some rough days, maybe because it's raining for weeks, maybe because it's cold, maybe because we're waiting, we're in our human design experiment, and every now and then it's just not so easy, you know. I just had the urge to record a little video and share how I feel or what I see, maybe motivate you or give you some inspiration. So yeah, this is the human design guide, so obviously it's connected to human design, and I just see, you know, we have this 36 channel, wrote an article about that already. I really can sense that this is quite something, and this continues for some weeks, and it's also the theme of the year. It's about progress, it's about change. I can see myself getting bored easily. I can see myself distracting myself with stuff, you know, watching YouTube or doom scrolling, or, you know, doing nothing really productive, but also feeling like I should be productive, not being able to sit still and just enjoy the rain, for example. Maybe you can hear it in the video. And also, please feel invited. I invite all of you right now who watch this, use the comment function and share how you feel, because often this can be a catharsis. Yeah, I guess that's the English word for it. It can be a catharsis for, you know, going through this little needle hole, and then it's a bit better. The mind. Wow, my mind is so strong lately. It really tries to convince me of this and that, and tries to hijack me and sabotage me, tells me what I should do and shouldn't do and could do and must do and have to do. I'm glad that I'm in my experiment for a long time already, so I have a stability inside of me. There's a core that, you know, I trust more than my mental anxiety, fears, projections. But yeah, it is loud. It is loud. And that's okay. The mind will never go away. The mind will always be part of me. And my mind is also very useful. I'm happy to have a mind. I love mind in the sense of it can be so interesting to serve this inner world that can imagine almost anything. It can, you know, it's like a time machine. We can go to the past, to the future. We can even create scenarios that have never existed before. But it's so hard to not take it seriously. It's so hard to not believe what it says. And it's so hard because the mind is not just some voice that you hear. It's also kind of connected to your emotional state. It's connected to your physicality, you know, because the mind is connected to some glands that are connected to everything in your body. So it can be very tricky. I see that I'm overthinking too much lately. Usually I get a headache. Maybe it can be from the weather. Usually I'm sensitive to weather, and it's changing a lot, you know, rains, then it's sunny, then it's rainy. Can be too, but usually for me it's a signpost when I have a headache that, hey, you know, step back. Maybe take a shower, maybe have a tea or a glass of wine. Don't try to distract yourself more with stuff that is really not important. like watching reels or reading comments under weird posts. So yeah, but at the same time, it can also be that we struggle to just be still and wait and sense and feel and be, because there's all this pressure going on and all this drive for experience, new things. There's so much power in the transit that wants to move us. And then there's also this other thing that, for the next couple of hours, maybe when you watch this video it's already gone, but in the Sun Escape 37, so there's a 3740, this channel, there's also this tribal aspect of support and ego and deals and bargains and touch, and I can sense this too. Need, there's a need, maybe we feel needy. But this other channel, yeah, wow. Sharing, for me, I'm a pure collective person. Sharing helps. It really helps. Maybe it helps you too. You can check your chart. You can check the circuitry of your chart. Are you pure individual? Are you pure collective? Are you tribal? Are you a mix of those things? And if you are a mix of those things, what is dominant in your chart? I have this feeling that what we experienced since, I would say, last August 2024 is really somehow a preview, energetically, a preview of what's to come. Really like a sneak, a snippet, a trailer of 2027. I can see that there's people struggling and the communal structures slowly crumbling. I see people really struggling and having their head almost underwater, and where's the help, where's the support suddenly, You can also see it in the educational system. There's still people, it's more like these little collectives that help each other. And I also see it with the financial stuff, I see a lot of people really struggling with money. Companies too. It's gonna be interesting, because the thing is, we cannot really prepare, I mean, what we can do is be ourselves, follow our strategy and authority. Just lately I thought about strategy. I'm not a strategic being, so maybe it should not be called for me or for all the people with the right mind, for example. It's the variable on the top right in your chart, this arrow that looks to the right of the left. Maybe it should not be called strategy and authority for us. It should maybe be called perceive and authority, Perceive and follow your authority. Honor your inner authority and perceive your body. That would fit better, I guess, because I cannot just use a non-strategic mind that is not focused to observe something all the time, focused, concentrated. This is not me. I'm even a projector. I'm not here to look inside. This is not my job. As a generator, yeah, that's different. But even though, with the right mind, it's not recommended to try to look inside, because this is not focused. It's receptive. It's peripheral. It's about taking things in. Everything you ever saw, you took in. Not even just saw, felt, sensed, were exposed to. Anyway, That's maybe not the thing that I really want to share. I guess the important thing is that you trust life. Have faith in life, really. I mean it. I discovered this even before experimenting with human design, that life loves you. Life wants to support you. Life is always on your side, I once wrote. And it's true. Whenever you think you cannot go any further, suddenly from somewhere, somebody comes and helps you, if you are able to take the help, receive the help, are open for the help. That's a big thing too, you know. I guess that's a big thing for all of us. Maybe it's nuanced and a bit different for manifestors and projectors receiving help, because we really want to prove that we are generators, that we are part of this and whatnot, you know. But I guess in general, for most of us, our generation between 30 and 50, I would say, we really have an issue with help, you know. Receiving help without being, you know, without feeling you owe something. We love to help. Oh, we're help junkies in the sense of helping others, so we boost ourselves, you know. And obviously this is very general. This doesn't need to fit for you. Yeah. What is human design really about when it's about moments like this? Does it really help? Is it really practical? On one hand, I would say yes, totally. It helps to stay in the body. It helps to not make incorrect decisions out of effect, out of conditioning, out of, you know, transit programming and all those things. On the other hand, it can be a bit limiting. It can be, or not limiting is not the right word. Everything is limiting, you know. We are limited since the first breath. We're limited by this vessel and by our skills, by our intellect and all of those things. Maybe what I mean is that it can, you know, human design, because it is a theoretical knowledge that one needs to play, experiment with and validate eventually. It can be used by the mind and really, yeah, I hope you heard that. It can be used by the mind, you know, that's the thing. It can be used by the mind. It can really make you lose the connection to the body at the same time, you know. It's funny, isn't it? So yeah, human design can suck sometimes. Human design can really be annoying and uncomfortable, because the mind can use it. The more you grow as a person, the more you decondition and become yourself. And it's not that you never were yourself. You always are yourself, but what I mean is to become the purest form of who you are. You know, when you remember back as a child, how you saw the world, how you experienced it, how you reacted to it. You know, you weren't biased, at least in the first couple of years. You were really pure. And this is still there. This core is still there in you, in everybody. So deconditioning is about that, as you know, at least for me, to become yourself, or to peel the skins of conditioning like an onion, to get to the core, to feel who you are, to experience what it means to be unique as yourself. You know, experiencing how you perceive the world. Wow. This is such a interesting thing to think about. Are you able to really appreciate and perceive the uniqueness of you looking outside? Being able to take things in a very specific way. I guess we don't think about that often, you know. You know, we usually just see this when we have conflict with others. You have a totally different perspective than me, yeah. So we make something negative out of this. Maybe we just, you know, we thrive or maybe even long for, let's have the same perspective, the same idea, the same principle and all these things, you know. Instead of seeing difference, instead of giving difference a neutral standing point. Like, wow, interesting. You see it like that. I never have saw it like this. But we get personally, you know, we get personal and we take it personally. You know, we measure this like, so that means you're better, or that means I'm worse, that means he's better or she's better, or, you know, are you wrong? You know, what does it even mean? What does it even mean, wrong? You know, we just translate frequency through our body into pictures, moving pictures in front of our eyes that are always a bit delayed, you know, a few milliseconds. So what's happening in front of you is not even there anymore when you finally translated it into acoustic and visuals and smell and all those things. You know, it's you know, it's so funny to come to the conclusion that we are really, really, really helpless. It feels so fucking uncomfortable to be helpless, doesn't it? Like, I don't want to be helpless, you know? But in it lays such a deep, embracing, warm, safe feeling. And now the water pump went on. I hope it's not too loud for you. So yeah, that can happen too. It's always about the unexpected, isn't it? Everything can happen all the time. That's also something we just, you know, forget. We forget this all the time, that everything is possible all the time, every time, anywhere, with anybody. Everything. We don't know nothing. We don't know what's to come. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know who's gonna talk to us or share this with us or how somebody is reacting. And, you know, of course, yeah, we can project and expect and all those things, but is it really ever 100%? And if it's not really 100%, why even hold on to it? Why not just be in the now? And yes, now some people say, but you know, I'm emotional, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you're still existing in the now, right? Existence is in the now. Yeah, you process the now differently. You need distance from the now moment to realize the now moment. If you're emotional, if you're a mental projector like me, yeah, it makes sense, totally. But still, we're all existing in the now, but perceiving, or let's say realizing the now a bit delayed. So we actually really watch a movie. We are watching a movie through senses. We watch the movie of life through seeing, through smelling, through hearing, through taste, through touch, through whatnot else, you know. There's so many ways how we can, you know, sensory capacity that we have. We don't even use that capacity. Yeah, I mean, it is used. I guess it's more like that. We don't pay attention. And, you know, me too. But it can be beautiful. It can be so beautiful. Right now, while I talk, I hear myself. I sense what's going on. I also hear the raindrops. I hear the thunder. I see that there's leaves moving. I smell the rain. I sense my skin touching my pants, touching the chair. All those things. Wow. That's incredible. Life is incredible. That we can experience those things is incredible. The chances that a life form like us exists is almost zero. It's so, but we run around and we push and initiate and try to be productive because we want to, I don't even know what we want to do with that. Why are we always stressed, rushing around, trying to be productive, trying to prove and look at me and this and that and money, and for what reason, It makes no fucking sense. It's really funny. It's the same with, like this. We go to work to have money, to pay the rent for our house, where we are never really are, because we are at work to have money to pay the rent for our house that we really wanted because we would feel cozy and safe. But we are actually not there most of the time. It's like, it's a joke, isn't it? And then even if you are a time millionaire like me, I'm really a time millionaire. I have so much time. I have so much time. Even then, it's the same shit, okay, I have so much time. How do I invest my time? Time is money. How do I invest my time? What do I spend my time for? Maybe I should hoard and hold my time and not invest it. It's always the same thing. Are you surrendered to the now, to yourself, to what is or not? Are you blocking yourself, sabotaging yourself, distracting yourself? What can be okay, by the way. But do you realize it? Do you watch how you distract yourself? Do you see how you sabotage yourself? And at least laugh about it. Or do you not realize it? And not even watch the movie anymore. And take everything personal. And then get totally lost in it. And then suffer. Suffer. Who likes to suffer? I don't like to suffer. Suffering is not part of life. Not in the sense of, struggle can be part of life. Challenges, yeah. But there's a big difference in my experience between a challenge and suffering, like a blockade. Something that says stop, wrong way. Almost like you drive on the fast lane, the Autobahn in German, and you have these protection things on the sides so you don't go off the road and have an accident. There's this thing, if you would hit it, you would wake up suddenly, It's the same with these things in life, like if there is something stopping you, and it's not a challenge that, can motivate or can can create some kind of, or can be the soil for intellect. If it's really saying stop, why don't you stop, Why don't I stop when it says stop? So yeah, I guess that's enough for today. I hope it was inspirational, and maybe not. It can be okay, it's what to do. I try to be authentic. If it was all bullshit, that's fine too, At least you could maybe laugh about it. Or me. And yeah, please, feel free to always use the comments, and I mean this, sharing can really help. So if you're in a bad place, you're not alone. And I hope you have a great day, a great weekend. Bye for now.